All right. Hello, internet or whatever, YouTube. I don't give a shit. I do give a shit. That was terrible. I'm not good at
Hi,
this.
welcome, welcome to our fucking late ass podcast that we should have done
Yeah.
earlier.
Oh god, it's been so long. I cringe, but it's fine. We're doing it now.
Yeah, um, my name is Kenjo, and
I am Kai, and we are going to talk
so what are we
about
talking about today?
music, specifically our taste in music and how it formed and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Huh.
because we are both really big music heads,
Yeah.
and yeah, we just like sharing our opinions.
Yeah, on the off chance that people are actually interested in it. So yeah, um, would you like to start or should I?
I don't know. Are you comfortable starting?
Mm, yeah, I have a list, so I'm like, I'm good.
All right, you're prepared. Okay, goody.
Okay, so the first thing that we are going to be talking about is our favorite genres. My favorite genre at the moment is progressive metal slash metalcore. Um, this I'm not really sure how to. This evolved from my original favorite genre of metalcore, which I still love, but like my taste has become more. Or it's not that it like evolved; it's that I discovered what my actual favorite genre is. Whereas metalcore, it was like it was my favorite genre, but I didn't really like it completely because it had way too much, I guess, screamo. Whereas progressive metal slash metalcore is more like melodic and ambient metalcore ish kind of shit.
Hmm,
So
I see.
yeah, and I also like orchestral rock because fuck yes, Starset is amazing, and
Um,
yeah,
quick, like this, bleh, quick diverging from the little speech you're just giving.
yeah.
Do you like Nightwish?
I've vaguely heard of them, but I don't honestly know. I haven't listened to them like
They
completely.
they're like a mixture of rock and opera. You might like them a lot.
Maybe I'm not sure if I'm into like the whole opera thing, but like I do like symphonic shit, especially fused with metal. So
Yeah,
yeah, so that's me. Would you like to state your favorite genre slash genres?
sure. Okay. So before I say anything here, some one thing about me is I don't do subgenres. I think that they're like needlessly overcomplicating things. So please excuse me if I'm a little bit more vague than Kai here. Um, I'll try to explain what like the music I like in each of these genres tend to like be like more often than not. And so yeah, first off, my all-time favorite genre is hard rock. I know that most, I know that like this encompasses things like metal and stuff, but like, and like I don't really know what separates them, because I don't do subgenres and shit.
Mm.
But yeah, I do like mostly melodic sound. I do like mostly melodic sounding hard rock songs with as much an emphasis on the sound as lyrics.
Mm.
And yeah, like I do enjoy light screamo, but not like an overabundance of it.
Yeah,
Like if it's built up to and then like used as the payoff to that build up, then I will probably enjoy it more than if it's just like the entire thing.
I feel you on that. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I think I think my second favorite genre of music is probably rap, which is kind of weird considering I am very white. But
Hmm.
here's the thing: I may or may not get a lot of shit for this, but I don't really like um, most rap that is like in engraved in black culture or like about stereotypical rap stuff. Like I much prefer like lighter, sillier raps or just raps about like things that are non-stereotypical of the genre but very interesting regardless. And I also like when rappers get like serious about a subject.
Yeah, which is it's rare to find that in pop rap, I would say. So yeah, I agree with you.
Eh, okay. Um, the third genre that I like, and I really, really hate to admit it, is pop music. Like I I can't defend most of my choices here. I like to consider myself a pop hater because I hate most really, really annoying stereotypical pop music, and I also like a lot of annoying stereotypical pop music. But it's usually annoying in just catchiest way that I can't help but enjoy. Just know
Yeah,
that most pop songs I like are probably like against my will.
I feel you. Usually when I like pop, it just gets into my head and I
Yeah.
feel semi guilty. But like, I don't know. That's why it's pop. It's fucking addicting.
Yep.
Uh, you
The
mentioned. Oh wait, are you done
yeah.
or are you like
What was
finished?
that?
Are you finished with what you were saying or?
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So the first thing that I wanted to touch on is your aversion to subgenres. Um, I like.
Yeah.
I agree with you that subgenres can get carried away with how hyper specific they are. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I do agree that there's a lot of labels that could just be non-existent or could be like merged with others or whatever. But I also do see value in like other subgenres that
Uh
are.
huh. It's just like when it gets to the point where it's just like, oh, I like only Yiddish butt rock. That like it gets really annoying.
That's so okay. I'm from like a Polish Yiddish background, so that's like hilarious. And butt rock is my guilty pleasure. So yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I wish that existed.
Yiddish butt rock.
Oh my god. But yeah, so yeah, subgenres are like they can be useful because I'm like I'm really into labels and like diversity and all that shit. So I find that when I can label myself the hyper specific label thing, it helps me identify myself and my interests and shit. But yeah, it does get carried away
Yeah.
sometimes. There's like genres that are like only there's subgenres that are like only defined by a single difference in like instrumentals or like I don't know whatever compared to some other subgenre. English, what is English? And it's like why is this thing?
Yeah. I can understand and respect that.
Yeah. um the other thing that you said is your aversion to popular rap, which I feel in my soul, and like it feels almost
Yeah.
racist kind of that I don't like the traditional rap made by black people, because all the rap that I've experienced and enjoyed is in like rap rock made by white people, and I'm not sure what the
Yeah.
implications
And
are
like
there.
obviously I'm not racist. I have a lot of respect for black people, black culture, and like I've got plenty of black friends myself. I
Hmm.
treat them just the same way I treat all of my other white and non-white friends.
Yeah,
Like I am not a bigot. I am not like racist, sexist, or homophobic at all.
yeah, I
It's
believe
just
you.
that actual music itself. I just don't really like it. I just don't really like or relate to any of it, even if it's technically well done.
Yeah. There, I think another reason that like most of the rap that we've experienced and enjoyed is white is because there's maybe a lack of black people in the more alternative genres that are at least being hired by like big record labels who then can broadcast the music to people like us who you know find it.
Yeah, I suppose that's a true.
Yeah, I'm really into the whole I really want more diversity in alternative genres because right now a lot of the bands that I listen to are like white and have dudes. Like I don't know.
Yeah, like if there was an awesome rock band that had the lead singer be a black chick, I would be all for it.
Yeah, I'm just I want to find them, and I'm trying to like find more alternative bands that aren't like signed to big record labels that have like diversity. But it is hard when you don't know where to really start, I guess.
Yeah,
Mm,
I can see.
mm. Uh,
Um,
oh, and then
do you want to move
also,
on to the next topic,
um,
or did you have more to say?
hmm. Yeah, one last thing. You touched on pop music being like a guilty pleasure, but also like being your third favorite genre. Yeah,
Yeah,
I identify with that. Like, I grew up starting with,
believe me, I would rather have a different genre be my third favorite, but
yeah,
I can't really think of anything else.
I feel you. Like, I won't deny that pop has like issues with like, subject matter and
And
superficiality or whatever.
fucking everything,
Yeah, but
everything is an issue for pop music.
yeah, but like there is good pop out there. Like I made a list and like
Yeah.
some good examples include like Lady Gaga's music, I find, or at least her later stuff. I know her earlier stuff may have been like a ploy to get famous before she could like create actually good music. But even the
Hmm.
stuff that she made when she was like, making it about like sex and shit, that was like surprisingly well made pop, I find.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about,
Uh,
but like, yeah. There's some good catchy pop out there.
generally, generally, I don't really have very many pop artists that I overly like. It's more like just a collection of like single songs from artists I hate that I can't help but love.
Exactly. Or like ones that I can tolerate. Like the very few
Yeah.
pop songs that I've heard that are good, I like cherish, but I don't listen to it a lot. I listen to it occasionally if I'm like, got it stuck in my head or whatever.
Uh, who's who makes that song? Who's cherished by?
What? Oh no, that's not like a song. I just said I like cherish the pop songs that I.
Okay.
Yeah,
See, music is so diverse and has weird random names for songs all the time that I can't really tell if you're talking about a song sometimes or not.
I feel you. Uh, so yeah, now we can move on to our least favorite genres. Oh my, you can
Okay, do you want to go
start.
first again?
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, you can start. Wait, are you? Wait, did you hear what I said or no?
No, it didn't sound like you said anything at all.
Oh, I said you can start. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Um, okay, so my least favorite genres of music, there's two of them. I'll get to the one I hate more, or after, or yeah, I'll save the one I hate more for last. But first off is probably electronic music. Now, obviously, just like any genre of music, it's not all bad. There are some good songs that are in this genre. And like I did try to actually get into electronic music for a while,
Mm.
but for the most part, I just find it pointless. It's just noise without any meaning.
Mm. I can.
I just
Yeah.
can't get into it most of the time.
Mm.
Um, and then there's probably the worst genre of music, at least if you ask me, and that is fucking country music.
Yeah.
I'll get in. I'll fully explain exactly every reason why I hate country music in a second, like when we go get on to our next topic. But right now, all I have to say about country music is that it drives me fucking crazy how everybody in my family loves it. And
Yeah.
like country, like country music is for country people who can't seem to break out of their traditions. So, yeah, yeah. Let's let's think about exactly why a country music doesn't like to have more than three topics for a second, huh? And
Yeah.
yet, new songs about how country music get made all the time. It's like the state of modern rap music that like is mainstream. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I feel you. Yeah, country's one of my least favorite genres too. I've listened to a bit of it, and it's like no. But the weird thing is, I like country inspired rock, kind of, a little, or like
Yeah,
country
like
s.
Nickelback.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna get shit on for that.
I know, right? But like, they're not bad. They're like,
They really aren't.
I don't know. Their old stuff is like catchy rock. I don't know. And then their newer stuff is actually kind of cool, from what you've said.
Yeah, yeah, like their newest album that they came out with last year is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I still
Eat
have
me,
to listen to
haters.
it. Yeah.
And not in the vor fetish kind of way.
Mm.
Though I guess the blowjob kind of way is kind of subjective either
Yeah.
way.
Mm.
Hmm,
Anyhow,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Interpret it how you will.
Mm. I think when I say country inspired rock, I mean like I guess vocals maybe, or like yeah, that whole like
Um,
I'm not sure how to describe
um,
it. Hmm?
I think I kind of understand what you're getting at.
Yeah, like Nickelback, Daughtry. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now. I don't listen to it a lot, but when I do, it's like, oh, this is nice. This is taking me back to like when I was 13.
Oh yeah, because you probably listened to that stuff when you were that age.
Yeah, my taste. I'll talk about that, but like, yeah, it started off with stuff like that.
Hmm.
But anyway, also you mentioned your dislike for electronic music.
Yeah.
Uh, I understand where you're coming from. Electronic, or at least the popular kind of electronic, dubstep is annoying. I can't get into it at all. I find it's grating to the ears. Just, you know.
Um, when I was looking into electronic music because I was trying to get into it, um, there was this very informative video about the electronic subgenres, or at least the important ones.
Mhm.
And apparently, the Skrillex stuff that got popular when dubstep became popular has now been relegated to its own subgenre called bro step, and I find that hilarious.
What the actual fuck? What is that?
You know, like the scary monsters and stuff songs.
Hmm. That
I,
sounds dumb,
I,
but
I don't
cool.
I don't exactly remember all of the reasons why it was like relegated to its own subgenre, but yeah, it's a different subgenre now.
Hmm. Well, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Dubstep
Yeah,
isn't, or like whatever Skrillex does, from what I've heard, I don't enjoy that. But I do enjoy like ambient electronic or like more melodic kind of
yeah,
electronic.
yeah. I personally like more down tempo electronic music.
Mm.
I just think that if I'm going to listen to the electronic sound on its own, I don't want it to be awesome sounding as much as I want it to just chill me out because that's just what it's better at.
Yeah, I think I agree. Uh, I also like when electronic is merged with like symphonic orchestral shit because like I don't know, they complement each
Oh
other
yeah,
well.
and like when there's like an electronic song that has like a lot of lyrical content to it, like with a lot of Avicii's good songs,
Yeah,
then then it can be good.
yeah,
Or like Mystery Skulls, that's another good electronic band.
yes, they're great. I feel
Yeah.
I less actively seek out electronic bands and more I hear single songs in media and then I'm like I'm gonna listen to this on repeat for eternity.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm. Uh, so yeah, we got that out of the way. Oh yeah, also one of my other wait, I think we talked about this, but whatever. My other least favorite genre is yeah mainstream rap.
Yes.
I just yeah we talked about that more in depth before, so yeah I'll just leave it at
Uh
that.
huh. By the way, this is totally not a different day, guys. We have totally been going in one continuous take this entire time. Please ignore the fact that this is definitely 100% a different day.
Yeah, it's not like anyone interrupted us and forced us to stop the recording or anything. Anyway, so now we can head on to our music history and how our taste formed throughout the years. Uh,
Yeah.
I've got a pretty good list right here for me right now, so I can go first if you want me to.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I grew up with pop, of course. Uh, the stuff I can most clearly remember is Black Eyed Peas. I I vividly remember being in my cousin's house and dancing on the guest bed with my cousins while blaring like "Don't Funk with My Heart" by Black Eyed Peas. It was kind
Oh,
of
so
great.
back when the Black Eyed Peas were like actually legit.
Yeah, and there was also "Since You've Been Gone," I think, by Kelly Clarkson.
Yes, that's an actually good song.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson's great. Behind These Hazel Eyes is like, love it.
I haven't listened to that one.
You should. I think it was from the Princess Bride movie.
I actually haven't seen that. That'll probably get me crucified in some circles.
Yeah, it's so nostalgic. But yeah, um, so I started with pop as a kid. Oh, and then of course Avril Lavigne, my Lord and Savior, who I listened to when I was like 4.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Avril Lavigne's pop hits are awesome.
obviously, yeah. Fucking, I started with Complicated and Skater Boy, but now I'm more into her like melodic pop rock ballads, like Nobody's Home.
Nobody's Home is my favorite song of hers.
Same, bruh. Ah, just yes. It's kind of disappointing that she made something like Hello Kitty because it's like juxtaposing that against Nobody's Home. It's like, how? Why?
I know, right? And Avril Lavigne doesn't actually speak Japanese, so the like actual hook to that song is literally just gibberish.
Yeah. I think what bothered me the most about the Hello Kitty song is not that it was like racist or anything. I don't even know if it was. But like the lyrics were dumb and shallow. And they mocked fat kids. Like, nah, that's not cool.
Huh. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I haven't listened to it in a while, so. But
I've
yeah.
never actually listened to it. I've seen, like, the Cinema Sins video on it, and
Yeah.
that's about it.
Mm. I try not to experience pop actively. I listen to reviews of it and that's it.
Yeah. Most of the pop exposure I get is through Todd in the Shadows.
Mm. So yeah, I started with pop and then I transitioned into like pop rock and pop punk with Hilary Duff and Simple Plan.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hilary Duff was my
I don't
idol.
really know very many Hilary Duff songs.
She wasn't like super popular. Obviously, she's more well known for like Lizzie McGuire and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Come Clean is my jam. Blessed Be, that song. Uh, yeah, my first taste in like my first dive into alternative stuff was like Simple Plan though, which was typical punk, pop punk, emo. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like, I
Yeah.
like Me Against the World, and I haven't listened to Simple Plan extensively, but what I've heard of what songs I've heard of theirs that Todd in the Shadows have covered whenever talking about bad like emo bands. Yeah, they don't sound really.
Hmm. I'm proud, at least, that I think Simple Plan came from Montreal, which is really nice. I feel like a sense of pride knowing that a popular band that I liked came from the city that I was born and raised in.
Yeah, that's gotta feel good.
Yeah. It makes me feel
Like,
like I could do it too.
like, I I know no famous people have ever came from fucking St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're not super popular, but maybe some people came there from there. I don't know. I'm not sure what it's like there.
Eh, Florida's like really hot most of the year.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I think the only celebrities there are the Hurricanes.
Yeah. Hurricanes do hit sometimes.
Yeah.
Every now and then it gets kind of bad and we have to leave the state. Yeah, the last time we had to do that was last year, and it wasn't. It it was a rare occurrence considering that hurricanes don't usually hit where I live.
Hmm. Still, sounds kind of terrifying to know that there's like always that threat looming. You know?
And there's also fucking alligators everywhere.
Oh God, yeah. Those are fucking. I think they're badass, but also I don't want to be near them.
Yeah, it's like sharks, except they can go on land.
Yeah. But yeah.
Florida is the Australia of the United States.
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah.
Anyway,
Anywho.
weren't we talking about music?
Yeah, I think. I was talking about.
Right.
So yeah, my taste got edgier, and then it became peak edginess when I discovered Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game.
Yep. The game that everyone hates and you have as a guilty pleasure at this point.
Yep. I've talked about this in the podcast we did on video games. The bottom line, I love edgy things, and Shadow the Hedgehog introduced me to a world of edgy music, and I was like, yes, I am ready. This is who I am. This is who I am.
I am all I
I
am.
am. Oh, God. I'm not even sure what to like label the music from Shadow the Hedgehog as. Like industrial rock? Or like yeah, I think industrial.
I mean, like, it's music from a Sonic game, so butt rock.
True. Like a darker, edgier butt rock. A I don't know. Prostate
I
rock.
hereby christen the Sonic and the Shadow the Hedgehog music under the subgenre of edgy butt rock.
Yes. It is a new thing. We have now given birth to a new subgenre that is completely meaningless. It's great.
Yes, because we are nobodies on the internet.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um, so
anyway,
yeah. So Shadow the
uh,
Hedgehog really, yeah, it influenced me a lot. I discovered like I first played it when I was like 9 or 10, probably 9, because I remember feeling super edgy that I was playing it even though it was rated E10. 9-year-olds.
yeah, yeah, I'm a grown up now. I can play E10 plus games that say damn.
Yeah. Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? Hmm. It's so weird because at the same time I was also enjoying the soundtrack from Sonic R, which is like jazz Euro pop whatever.
Yeah, it's like the exact opposite of the Shadow the Hedgehog soundtrack.
Yeah. That's how like I don't even know. My taste is weird, but I love it. So yeah. Should I keep going with like my history or should you maybe say a bit about your childhood?
I mean, like, do you have more to tell?
Yeah. I guess I can continue.
Okay.
All right. So when I became a tween slash early teen, I discovered Christian rock, despite being an atheist. I don't. I'm not proud of my life choices, but fuck it, Skillet makes great music, so
which
I'm
is
like, it's okay.
which is funny because I actually listen to a lot of Christian rock, and I don't really have a problem with it because it doesn't shove the religion down my throat. Like a lot of my favorite artists are actually Christian rocks, are actually Christian rock bands, but they're very respectable artists despite that.
Yeah, like I agree. I'm glad that they don't shove it down my throat, but yeah, personally, I just can't shake the fact that it's influenced by religion, even though I'm like, I don't know. I don't care as long as it's
I
good
guess I
music, you know?
I guess I'm just more open to it than you are.
Maybe. I still listen to Skillet, so it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a minor nitpick that I have. Skillet's music is fucking amazing, though. It's like a blend of beautiful hard rock with orchestral elements, and they added electronic music in their later albums, and they're just so good.
Yes. Yes.
Like, Skillet was the first band I actually like actively kept up to date with their members, you know, like on social media and whatever.
Huh. I don't do that with any band I like.
Same with me
I
nowadays.
just sort of listen. Yeah, I just sort of listen to their music and maybe sometimes check their profile on Spotify to see if they came out with a new album.
Yeah. So yeah, Skillet was like a pivotal transitional moment in my life or whatever. I don't fucking know words or whatever. Uh, my taste actually became super edgy when I was like 14 to 15 when I discovered screamo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like yeah, I started with post-hardcore music, which I can't say how it's different from metalcore because like labels are weird, but yeah, I started with like Asking Alexandria and Memphis May Fire. I actually have a cringy memory of going to a Hot Topic in America and buying Memphis May Fire's album, The Challenger or whatever, and I didn't know how to speak
Uh-huh.
to the like cashier. So then I constantly associated Memphis Mayfire with that terrible incident. Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that stuff is way too harsh for me.
Hmm.
Like, I I do prefer a balance of words I actually understand, as I said.
Yeah. Like as an early teenager, I didn't like the full-on screamo. I still needed melodic elements and clean vocals. Uh,
Hmm.
it was only later on that I was like, hey, there's some pretty cool all screamo songs. Uh, oh yeah, and one of my all-time favorite band for a long time was Blacklisted Me because of their song Reprobate Romance.
I don't think you ever told me about.
Hmm. I feel like I must have shown you it at some point, but like,
Maybe
yeah,
you did, and I just didn't know about it, and like I just like forgot about it.
yeah. The song isn't like looking back on it, it's kind of hilarious that I thought it was such a great song. Like it's catchy, but not exactly the most like revolutionary thing. But yeah, I loved it for a long time. Uh, and then I went on to discover a lot of like other female fronted bands or whatever, like Icon for Hire, which I then showed on my other friends, and now she's obsessed with them. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad we have that in common.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I found more edgy bands over the years. Scary Kids Scaring Kids made one of the most emotional songs I've heard, even though it's so cliche. And I learned it on piano.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I fucking love to feel emotions about things, and anything that can move me emotionally is something I'm probably going to adore.
yeah,
I've got
same.
plenty of I've got plenty of songs like that on my playlist.
Yeah. And like, yeah, sometimes songs can be cliche, but I don't know. Cliche, vague, sad lyrics
Sometimes
are
those
like,
cliches sometimes those cliches just mix together to form the right feeling.
yeah.
I guess that's kind of why I like Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. God, it makes me want to throw up saying I like a song by him,
Yeah.
and I kind of like three songs by him. So,
I was addicted to Shape of You for like an hour, and then I was like, no, no, thank you.
Shape of You is awful.
Yeah.
It's just so bad.
Hmm. Hmm. So yeah, other bands I liked. Hands Like Houses. Their sound is like not. I like their sound, but it's not my favorite, I guess. But like the lead singer is so
Mm.
smart and cool, and I just he's so great and kind of cute, and yeah. Oh, and of course I
Um,
discovered Starset, which yeah, they're like in my top 10 favorites.
yeah, you've showed me plenty of their songs. They're not my speed, but I can respect that.
Yeah, I understand, and like they're not like in my. I don't know. I like them because they're orchestral rock with some electronic elements, and space themes are my everything. Like I like them because they influenced a lot of what I create music wise.
Uh,
Mm. So that does it
oh yeah,
for. Hmm?
by the way, totally not a shameless plug, but Kai makes piano covers of things.
Yeah,
Um, do you want to link your SoundCloud?
sure, why not? I haven't made like a legit
Okay.
cover in a while.
Uh, Either way, the SoundCloud link will be in the description.
Yeah. Mostly nowadays I make original stuff with like space or political motifs or whatever lyrics.
Uh,
So yeah. Have you heard?
Okay.
Have you listened to Galactic Eyes yet?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting.
You're dead to me. No, but I'll link it to you
Oh,
later.
also, I'm not sure how well SoundCloud would work on my phone, but I'll still try it.
Okay. I could probably just send like an audio file instead for you to download.
I'll try SoundCloud first, and if it doesn't work, then that.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway. So we have exited my high school music taste experience thing, and now we get to college. So, let's start off with
Yeah.
the one of the most life-changing things that has happened to me that relates to music, and that was discovering a fucking gay-ass fanfic that made me cry for like the first time in forever.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a John Dave fanfic for Homestuck called Ontological Paradox. And
Hmm.
yeah, at the time I was listening to Paris, that's Paris with a V replacing the A, and
Yeah.
Love Robot. So two of their songs just really, yeah, they stuck with me because of the emotions that I was feeling because of the fanfic.
I see.
Uh, I discovered other bands like Danger Kids, Bring Me the Horizon because of a friend. The Word Alive. Oh, and while I was like on the rebound from a shitty. Remember when I left the group and like also the political stuff was going on with Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a song that is now one of my favorite songs called Don't Lose Your Heart by Dream on Dreamer.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that was a thing. Uh,
Yeah. And a lot of those songs you mentioned, I don't think I've heard of beyond you casually mentioning them every now and then.
yeah, because like I don't really share the more hardcore stuff I listen to because you don't like it as much.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, also I find it interesting that like a lot of the songs that I just listen to endlessly are the ones that like came to me in pivotal emotional moments in my life.
Hmm.
You know?
I mean, like, I don't personally have a lot of music that is like that, but like, yeah, there are some songs that like I do relate to like certain times in my life, and I'll bring them up on my when I like actually talk about my history.
Yeah. I'm almost done, so yeah.
Okay.
So now we come to December 2016, where I discovered my favorite band of all time right now, Architects. Uh,
Yes, you showed me Architect, and unfortunately, they're not my thing.
yeah. Oh, funny thing for all y'all potential listeners is that Architects made a song called Rise Against, and Kenjo's favorite band is Rise Against, and they made a song called Architects, and it's kind of great.
Yeah, and Architects is my favorite Rise Against song.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? I don't believe in fate, but like, we're destined to be together.
Yes, together platonically forever,
Yes, with some
with only
homo.
occasional butt sex.
Yes, like a smidgen of it, a dollop of butt sex.
It's not gay if it's with a bro.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't say that with a straight face.
I know. It's one of my favorite sayings to just say that
Yeah.
after something incredibly homosexual.
Yeah. But yeah, how to describe Architects? Godly, amazing, perfect. I mean, they're not perfect, obviously, but like they're the closest. They encompass everything that I like about music, just all of it. I like the lyrical content, which is about space and politics and stuff, and like symbolically relating space to the human experience and human nature. And their sound blends together metalcore and some orchestral elements, and I love them so much. And like the band members are so cool. And also they lost one of their like members to like cancer, and so
Aw,
yeah, sad times, but they made a cool song about it, so yay.
that it's a good thing that they honored him with a song at least.
Yeah. And the person they lost was the lyricist, I think, as well as like an instrumentalist.
Oh,
So yeah, may they rest in peace. They made fucking amazing lyrics that have touched my soul. Or lack of soul, because I'm a demon spawn.
yes, because everybody knows that gay people don't have souls.
Of course. We're like the half cousins twice removed of gingers. I don't even know. What is genetics?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, after
Uh,
Architects, it kind of just went uphill from there. I found fucking
yeah.
amazing music that was like way more hardcore than anything I'd ever really liked as an early teenager. Uh, Including Polaris, who came out with an album that I only discovered 2 months later. Like, oh, but they're great. Uh,
That sounds pretty cool.
yeah,
Also, I don't archive myself nearly as feverishly as you do. So my history is going to be a little bit more concise than that.
yeah, which is fine. I feel like I'm going overboard with it a little, but you know what? Whatever. This is a fun little thing that we're doing for ourselves. So
Fuck it, YOLO.
yeah, all the YOLOs.
Uh,
Every individual YOLO will be mine.
you like that epic smash into pieces reference?
Love it. But yeah,
God, smash into pieces suck.
hmm, so yeah, I'm almost done. So I found like other cool bands with screamo in them, like The Devil Wears Prada. They also elevated my taste to more hardcore levels. You know?
I assume you're talking about a band and not the movie.
Yeah, I kind of love that I can say, "Hey, I like The Devil Wears Prada," and someone will be like, "Is that the movie?" And I'm like, "No, it's the screamo band you've never heard of."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I discovered Inertia and Invent Animate, and now I am here talking about music with you, and that is my history.
Yes. A, this has been a brief history of Kai.
It only lasted like 10 plus minutes. 20, maybe.
Yeah.
Boop. It is done.
Okay. Now that we're back again, I think it's time for me to do what Kai did and say my history with the musics.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm? Should I be saying
are
something?
you wait? What?
Wait, should I have said something?
What did you just say?
Should I have said something, or were you just thinking about what to
Oh,
say?
I was waiting for you to reply. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
fine.
that was awkward.
Hey, such is life.
Um. Anyway, so you know how I said that country is my most hated genre of music.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately for me, that's what I had to grow up with.
Mm.
Because like I said earlier, my family adores country music. And it is just so baffling to me how they can listen to this stuff and say, yeah, this is good. I want to add this to my playlist so I can listen to it again in the future. And it's just like all the time. In the car on the way to school or something, or like going to a store or something, always in the car with the country music playing, and there's just and that persisted until fucking high school.
Oh God.
I don't know how I survived.
Oh, wait, your sister liked country too?
Yeah, she does.
Divorce.
I don't know my sister's taste in music that well, so but yes, I do know that she actually does like country music, including some of the most annoying shit I've ever heard. But I won't mention it by name because it gives me fucking PTSD, and I don't want it popping into my head again.
I feel you. So yeah, high school changed everything?
High school was when I started branching out and actually looking for music that I personally like. Because, I didn't know that I liked rock music for a long time because I just didn't really care about music in general. But then I was like, I can listen to music while playing video games? Dude,
Oh my
that
God.
sounds good! So, I like started looking on YouTube for like music that I'd enjoy, and I had heard rock songs in movies and everything, and I just now remembered the movie that kicked off my curiosity for music.
Oh.
It's the first Michael Bay Transformers movie.
Oh. Great.
Yeah, like uh, this is probably gonna make you specifically cringe, Kai, but I actually like the first three Michael Bay Transformers movies. Like, very ironic enjoyment, but yeah, I do like them.
You know,
And
most
at the end of the huh?
most of me cringes, but I watched Lindsay Ellis's videos on the series, and I can see the appeal. So, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, at the end of the first Transformers movie, um, the song that plays for the credits is "New Divide" by Linkin Park,
Oh
and
my
first time I heard that, I was like fucking blown away, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this magical music?
God.
This is like so much better than anything I've ever heard before in my entire life."
God, I feel you.
And so I looked it up online, and I became a very cringy Linkin Park obsessor.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I I I thought Linkin Park was the best thing ever, and that there was nothing at all that could possibly be better.
That's not the worst,
And
but yeah.
yeah, like I don't want to shit too much on Linkin Park now because people are still feeling the pain of what happened to the lead singer.
Yeah.
But like, just know I've vastly outgrown my days of being obsessively in love with Linkin Park.
Growth is good.
However, that did serve as an adequate baseline for going out and listening to other musicians in that same genre. By the way,
But
I'm very sorry if you want to reply and I'm not like giving you very many opportunities. If you want me to talk slower, I can.
oh, it's fine. I rambled forever, and also I have no idea what to say other than like random. I agree with you or I feel you.
Uh,
Words
well,
aren't great right now.
okay. Yeah.
My words aren't great for me right now. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So that stayed the same for about a couple years. Well, okay, no, that was like 6 months that I was obsessed with Linkin Park, and then eventually I discovered bands like Disturbed and Thousand Foot Crutch, and yeah, like I got really into both of those bands, and after a while, I was like, huh, Disturbed is way better. So yeah, they became my favorite band for a long, long time,
Hmm.
and like I was never obsessed with them to the extent that I was Linkin Park, but yeah, like I I did listen to a ton of their music, and I still listen to a ton of their music. They're still one of my all time favorite bands,
Hmm.
and I just think that they're fucking awesome.
What's your favorite song by them? Because I want to listen.
My favorite song by them actually it came out in their most recent album.
Hmm.
The album being what was it called? Shit, I don't remember the name of the album, but the song is Tyrant, and it's a bonus track on the deluxe version of the album. And
Cool.
yeah, it's fucking awesome.
I never understood the idea of bonus tracks. Why not just release an album in its entirety?
I don't know, milking money out of people, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
I don't agree with the business practice. It's just I'm throwing explanations out there.
E.
Um, but yeah, slowly I was actually putting. At this point, I was actually slowly putting together um, a playlist on YouTube that I'd play in the background while I played Game Boy Advance emulators. Like like my most played my most played game on the Game Boy Advance and my absolute favoriteest Game Boy Advance game, Metroid Fusion.
Ah, yes.
Like this is a side tangent, but there was a point where I would every single day spend 4 hours completing Metroid Fusion 100%. And sometimes I do it multiple times a day because I fucking adore that game.
That's kind of amazing. I wish I had the energy to do that.
Yeah. Uh, I kind of milked the game for every ounce of enjoyment that I have
Hmm.
by this point, but like I haven't played it in a long enough time span for me to enjoy playing through again if I wanted to.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I I found a few more bands that I enjoyed throughout all of that, like Skillet and whatnot. Like
Oh, might I say something?
yeah,
When did you discover Early Rise? Because that's like the first band we kind of bonded over.
oh yeah, that is when I discovered Early Rise.
Hmm.
Yeah, that I keep forgetting that that was actually that long ago. To be honest,
Yeah. God, their music's old.
yeah, like I remember just randomly happening upon memories when I was just going through to a bunch of song recommendations on YouTube, just trying out new music, and it stuck with me. I added it to the playlist, and I was like, and then like I eventually met you and said, hey, you know this song, and you did.
Yeah. I listened to early Rise when I was at camp, sleepaway camp, for like months. So
Oh
yeah,
wow,
they helped
oh
me.
wow, they are that old, huh?
Yeah. Mm.
Did they ever come out with a second album?
Yeah, and it's not great in my opinion.
That's unfortunate. I was hoping they'd go a lot farther than they did.
Yeah, their first album was so good. Every single song was amazing.
I don't I don't particularly think every song was amazing, but yeah, I do really like a lot of the music that they came out with on their first album.
Yeah. Well, like it was amazing at the time for me. Now I'm like less into new metal and more into just yeah.
Do they count as new metal?
I think so. Yeah, that's what they labeled
I have
themselves
no
as.
idea how subgenres work.
Same, even though I like specialize in understanding genres, but yeah, I don't know. They said they were influenced by Linkin Park, so
Hmm, that's weird because they do not sound like them at all.
hmm, yeah.
Uh, let's see. What are some other notable artists that I came across by putting together my playlist? Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Cell Dweller is another particularly great artist that I discovered through making my playlist. Like,
Yes.
God, he makes such awesome electronic rock music.
Fuck yeah.
And when I showed him to you, I actually you actually said, "Oh, this reminds me of the Shadow the Hedgehog soundtrack,"
Exactly.
and you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's the whole like yeah, I would classify it as industrial rock. It had like the I don't know how to describe it, but yeah. I could totally imagine playing Shadow the Hedgehog and Cell Dweller fucking comes on and it's like, yeah, this is right. This is good.
Uh huh. Yeah. Which kind of makes them sound worse than they actually are, but like, trust me, Cell Dweller is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I found them because of someone in the Slender Man community. So, yeah.
Ah, but yeah, um, I actually discovered Cell Dweller from looking up One Piece AMVs.
Oh.
By the way, One Piece is my all-time favorite anime. Um, and just throwing it out there, if we ever do a video about anime, then trust me, I will be willing to talk about my extensive anime knowledge at this point. But
Yeah.
yeah, I discovered a few bands actually by by watching One Piece AMVs.
Same.
Thousand Foot Crutch actually, Cell Dweller, Nickelback, and most importantly, Rise Against, my favoriteest band ever.
Ah, yes. Quick.
Like,
Hmm?
um, I had actually heard of Rise Against before watching the AMV for one of the AMVs that someone made for Prayer of the Refugee, which got me into the band. But um, yeah, I didn't really think anything about them until you know I actually paid attention to the song, and like yeah, I funnily enough, even though that AMV did get me into the band, um, I actually didn't like them more than Disturbed at first because Disturbed was just so dark, so edgy, and so awesome, and I liked singing along to their songs so much that like it was really hard for for them to be like taken off the top spot as my favorite band for a long time.
Yeah. How did Rise Against end up doing it?
How did Rise Against end up doing it?
Yeah, how did it
Well,
knock it off?
I ended up listening to more and more Rise Against songs and realizing that they were a lot deeper than I initially thought they were. I honestly originally just thought, oh, this is just another rock band that makes awesome melodic songs. That's fine. But then I started listening to more of their songs, and I found more of their songs that had actually got a lot more effort put into the lyrics or the message or the tone of the song. Like, I eventually found out just how poetic and beautiful their lyricism can get, all while staying beautifully melodic most of the time. And it's just like, my god, this is perfect. This is the perfect band. And ever since then, I've learned that they're people too. They're not like they're not a flawless band. They have some duds. They even have a popular song that I really really hate called "Hero of War." But yeah, like eventually I just realized that Rise Against was something special. It was a band that has literally everything I love about music in it. Just like you with Architects, except you probably came to that realization faster than I did about mine.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm filled with happy feels. Also, fucking, I keep forgetting to like talk about like the specific ways that I discovered bands. I found Skillet because of a Shadow the Hedgehog AMV.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was Whispers in the Dark. God.
Uh,
Shadow the
that's
Hedgehog.
kind of funny.
Yeah. Shadow has been with me every step of the way.
Some, Sometimes I look back and I notice that there's only one set of footprints in the sand. Shadow, what happened when what happened when during those times? I thought you said you'd always be there for me.
Oh my
I was
god.
looking for that damn fourth chaos.
Oh god. Maybe the real fourth Chaos Emerald was the music we found along the way.
Totally.
uh,
But yeah, where was I on my timeline?
Raz Against.
Um, oh, yeah. But yeah, like, the playlist on YouTube grew and grew and grew for a while. Um, Eventually, okay, so, at first I absolutely hated rap music, and so, like, I was just like, I'm not even gonna. But then, like, I got exposed to Eminem, who is my favorite rapper, and, um, yeah, I found a lot of his songs, and I'm just like, you know, this guy has a really good flow, energetic beats, and really clever and witty lyrics most of the time. I really like this.
Hmm.
So yeah, Eminem kind of shaped most of my taste in rap.
Yeah. My extent of liking
Um,
him is like Love the Way You Lie. So,
oh yeah, I need to listen to that song at some point. Like I've never actually officially listened to Love the Way You Lie, and I've heard that it's actually a really good song.
it is.
Yeah.
So, oh my
Sorry
god,
about that
you
burp.
said you wouldn't do that, but it's fine. It's okay that you broke your own code.
Yeah. I ended up finding a lot of music I like because of it, so I don't really regret it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, eventually I started getting tired of every time um, of every time YouTube needed to load a new song on the playlist, that I had to wait for the page and the video to load, and like switch off of what game I was playing and everything, and to like get all that stuff. And then my friends told me about this wonderful, wonderful music listening app that I still use all the time, Spotify. Believe me, we're not sponsored. We're not big enough to be sponsored by anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Spotify is just like it. It saved a lot of what I love in music, and yeah. Oh yeah, one big important thing that I need to say before moving over, or before the move over to Spotify with the playlist, is that I actually discovered Gautier, but because the song got immensely popular when somebody that I used to know came out, and at first it was just me liking somebody that I used to know. Eventually, though, I found his other songs were way better by like miles than that song, and yeah, he's still one of my favorite artists because of that.
Hmm.
It really is sad that he didn't get more popular than he was. Maybe he's just a little too weird.
Yeah, maybe. It was a pretty indie-ish kind of song.
Yeah.
Somebody that I used to know.
Mhm. But yeah, like fucking I'm remembering Bronte now, and that song makes me fucking tear up every time.
Oh.
Especially recently, because the song is about someone's dog who died, and I
Oh.
recently went through a bunch of pet deaths myself, and I'm yeah, it's just really sad to me, and it affects me even more.
Hmm.
But yeah, like he's got plenty of songs. I don't really feel like going too in depth about him right now, but yeah, he's another pretty big landmark artist. Um, yeah. Now we have a now we have a move all the way over to Spotify. I port most of the songs on my playlist on YouTube there, and for a while, most of the new music I listened to from that point on were from Spotify recommendations. I didn't do it all the time because my playlist was gigantic by that point, and also I downloaded a lot of anime music I like
Hmm.
and added it to the playlist, which I can't listen to on my phone because I don't have the songs downloaded onto my phone. But yeah, just like at this point, I have a lot of songs on the playlist, and I keep finding more and more. None of the artists I find from Spotify recommendations are like necessarily giant important artists to my taste. They're just like, yeah, I like this. I like these songs. This is this is good.
Yeah, I feel you. It's very hard for me to find like a band that's so good that it like affects me, I guess.
Mhm.
Most songs are just like, yeah, I can listen to this, I guess.
Yep. And it's around this time that I'm actually starting to really get into Todd in the Shadows, who, as I stated earlier in the podcast, is my main source of finding new pop songs that I like. At this, at the point when I actually started watching him, I hated every pop song ever without question because it was bad. Period. Um, but yeah, years upon years upon years of listening to him has softened me to some pop music. Like, now I realize that pop is such a widespread genre with so many different sounds to it, and it's always ever changing. That throughout, you can't, that like, no one can really say they hate the entire genre of pop music because, well, there's going to be something that comes out that you're going to like eventually.
Exactly. And
It's
like,
just the law of large numbers.
yeah, I think there's a term for that. Is it like Sturgeon's law? Let me Google it.
I don't really know.
But yeah, I agree. And like, it's so weird reading about people who are like, "Ah, all pop is bad." Because like, yes, pop has issues, but you saying all pop is bad is like a nothing revolutionary and b a giant generalization.
Yeah, I have had my eyes opened to pop music, and I've accepted plenty of songs that Todd in the Shadow has has like brought up or whatnot into my playlist, and it's even um it has even like contributed to some of my all-time favorite songs. Because one of my all-time favorite songs, and I don't know if I should be embarrassed to admit this or not, is Butterfly by Crazy Town.
Oh God, yeah. Dan from Game Grumps talked about that at some point. I remember.
Yeah, yeah, he brought it up in Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Like, I had heard, I had naturally heard of it in Game Grumps because Wind Waker was the series that got me like hooked on Game Grumps. But uh, yeah, I didn't really think it was that good when Dan was like I thought it was just another one of Dan's obsessions with older music, and I'm not really into a lot of older music.
Same.
But yeah, like eventually Taught in the Shadows had a one-hit wonderland on Crazy Town, and I was like, huh. Now that I've listened to more of this song, I fucking love it.
Mm. I wish I could see it the way you do, but I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
My emo soul.
God. And like, I wouldn't say that I'm overall a Crazy Town fan. It's just that I like that song and I like Dark Side.
I think
Uh,
something I like is when I can discover songs by pop bands or whatever that like people haven't heard because they're not like the big chart topping whatever. I don't know. I like that.
yeah.
Like what was it called? So Happy I Could Die by Lady Gaga or I Only Want to Dance with You by Kesha.
Hmm. And I have never heard of those songs. So, yeah, you succeed.
Yeah, they're legitimately good.
Um, let's see here. Oh, yeah. A little side note. I've never hated Kesha's music because personally I just really like the persona that she puts out for most of it. Like I can't help it. The whole trashy party girl who like will have sex with pretty much anyone. I find that hot for some reason.
Oh my god, of course. I
Yeah.
I think it's like almost subversive in a way because if a woman sings about like wanting to have sex and party, then she's like labeled a slut or whatever. I don't know. But if a guy does it, it's like, oh, that's okay. So like, good for you, Kesha. You do what you want.
Yeah. However, last year she sort of destroyed that entire image of herself with the song of hers that got on the charts
Yeah.
because that song is about her confronting someone who raped her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to go too deep into it because it's an uncomfortable subject matter, but yeah, like I don't and like I don't want to call it a bad song either. Like I personally don't like it because I don't like the way it sounds, but yeah,
Yeah.
I bet Kesha's getting a lot of respect as an artist because she came out with that song.
Yeah. And she deserves it, especially after what she's gone through.
Yeah. Mhm.
I was thinking about like one of the pop songs that I like, and I forget what it's called. Do you know that one that it's like, "Baby, I love the way da 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 da," and then it has this weird like the woman makes weird noises, but it
I
sounds good.
I don't know that one.
Hmm. I'll find it eventually because I'm really good at finding songs that I forgot the name of.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah. Oh my god.
And
Hmm.
oh, okay. So moving on. I know you were gonna say something, but like I just remembered another way I found another one of my favorite artists. Um, randomly one day, my sister walked up to me and said, "Hey, I've got some movies that I downloaded onto my laptop because she was a bad girl." And
Oh.
and she was like, "Want to watch some of them with me?" And I was like, "Sure." One of those movies was Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Oh
We
my
watched it
god.
together. I fell in love with the soundtrack, and it's one of my favorite movies now.
Hmm.
Do you know who Tenacious D are, Kai?
Vaguely. No, not really.
That's Jack Black's old band
Oh
that
yeah.
he had with his friend Kyle.
Now I remember it.
Like they are obviously very talented rock stars, but like they they purposefully sounded stupid because it was the joke. They wanted to be a joke band.
Yeah.
And by God, it's some of the best joke. It's some of the best like joking rock that I've ever heard, and like silly rock.
Hmm.
Like I recommend a lot of the Pick of Destiny soundtrack too.
Hmm.
Like just God, they're so good.
Yeah. I want to add more songs to my funny music playlist, so I'll check them out.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, like then there's that. Let me see here. Oh yeah. I think this is the most recent one of my favorite artists that I ran into. But like at some point, the Game Grumps decided, hey, we want to make a band out of us, and so they did.
Of course. Love it.
They started making silly songs with rapping and with a mixture of rapping and singing about video games, and they called it Starbomb, and I fucking adore it.
Same. The Metroid one,
Which is
Regretroid.
awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, and like it's awesome how the Game Grumps, who are my favorite YouTube channel, ended up becoming one of my favorite artists ever.
oh my god. That is really nice.
Yeah. Um, Not very many other milestones, but there is one that I do want to note. Um, a couple years back, I I was in a relationship, and yeah, like I asked her, hey, what kind of music do you like? She she showed me Avicii,
Oh.
and he um has this song called "The Days." It's not one of my favorite song ever. It's not one of my favorite songs ever, but without going into too much detail about the relationship, like we broke up after a while, and a little while afterwards, I got really depressed, and I'm fine now, but every time I listen to the days, I just remember like I just remember time like the good times before that wave of depression really hit me, and yeah, it makes me happy.
Hmm. That's nice. Usually, like,
Yeah,
yeah. Whenever I associate a song with like a cringy memory, I kind of repress it. But I'm glad that it didn't happen for that song for you.
yeah.
So,
Um,
yeah.
I think that's all the important milestones in my music history.
You may have been talking more than me, which is kind of amazing.
Huh. Wow, I didn't even think that I'd go that long,
Yeah.
and I didn't even prepare anything like you did. I've been winging it this entire time.
Yeah. I wish. I wish I could go more in depth, but like, I don't know. I don't really have. I listed all my significant milestones, I think. Oh, I wanted to mention that like the way that I first listened to music was with Groove Shark. I don't know if you remember it.
I do not remember it at all.
It was this like site where you can like listen to music, and it was like kind of illegal, but like I didn't really know that, and then they shut down, and I don't know. Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, that was kind of sad, but not really. But yeah, I listened to Skillet a lot in on Groove Shark.
I see.
Hmm. Also, Sonic the Hedgehog music inspired me to make my own music when I was like 11.
Oh yeah. Speaking of making your own music, I would love to be able to like be a cover artist on YouTube. Like,
Same.
it's not something I dedicate the entire my entire YouTube channel to, but it's definitely something I'd like to do a lot of.
You said you're like a vocalist, you would say?
Yeah, like I would like to consider myself something of a voice actor or like like someone who likes to sing a lot, even though singing in front of people kind of makes me nervous.
Same.
I do intend to break out of that though, so I can make awesome cover songs for YouTube.
Yeah. I also get really nervous when singing in front of people, but when I'm alone, it's like, oh, my voice is like a godsend.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
understand that.
Yeah. And also, we should totally make like a Rise Against cover. I'm willing to make the piano stuff. You can sing. I can do like backing vocals.
That would be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can do that at some point in the future once I get like the ability to record my voice pretty well.
Yeah. I should be getting a microphone soon, so we'll be a step closer to making that a
Awesome.
reality.
Awesome. But yeah, like I also kind of want to do what Ninja Sex Party do and like also make music videos for a lot of these covers, which would kind of be harder to do for us considering we're in different countries and on opposite ends of the continent.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe when we like get popular enough and make enough money, we can do that.
Yeah. God, that would be so fun.
Yeah. Uh, hmm. So you've said basically all you needed to say about your music timeline, and I have no idea what to say about mine that I haven't already said. So I'm not sure how to end this.
Do you think we're like, hmm, do you want to end it with like a joke?
You mean my entire life? Ha 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 ha! Self-deprecating humor? No. See, I can make
I
funny
was
stuff in
I was gonna
conversation.
say I like a Justin Bieber song, but I like a Justin Bieber song, and that's not a joke.
Yeah. I like Justin
It's
Bieber.
unfortunate, but every bad artist can make one good song.
Yeah. Sometimes I get, what was that song? One Time
It
stuck
was
in my
like
head.
um the the song that I was mentioning was "Love Yourself."
Oh.
I'm kind of embarrassed that I like it because it's Justin Bieber and everything, but yeah, I do genuinely like that song.
Hmm. Yeah. We all have our guilty pleasures, and that's okay because the human experience is diverse,
Yeah.
and we shouldn't be ashamed of what we like.
Yep. I kind of respect Todd in the Shadows for that because he's learned to like never apologize for liking something that and everything like that, and like always explaining why he likes something even if it makes no sense to anyone else, and standing by his word.
Yeah. Like, music is music at the end of the day, and like, whether you like it or not, or whatever, it doesn't reflect you as a human being.
Yeah, as like I think Todd in the Shadows put it best. I know I keep bringing him up and everything, but he really does like have a lot of good examples for this. Um, Music doesn't have to follow logic. You don't have to know why you like something to like it.
Yeah, I think I agree. Art is too.
Hmm.
There's no logic to art. I mean, there kind of is, but like not really. So like, fuck it. Why should we have to apply logic to it?
Yeah,
And I guess on that positive note, we can end the podcast.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
You want to do like a little outro?
Uh, fucking. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you actually watched all the way through, that would be. That's pretty cool. If you did,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you.
If you if you're able to sit through our voices for however long this was, thanks.
Yeah, you're either really nice or just really bored. But either way, thanks for the views, and we'll see you
We
next
will
time.
try. We by the way, we'll try not to make it like months until the next one.
Yeah, fucking. We'll try. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, bye.
Bye.